Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna fold a little laundry and we're just gonna chat because, like I've said in almost every video, I really don't like do much. I do, like, obviously that's so silly, boys, but like I am just definitely a loner and I spend a lot of time by myself. And it's not like, the thing about me is like I never really feel lonely ever. I prefer to be by myself. I think that has to do with a lot of things that happened to me growing up. And what happens to me is like I put a lot of faith in like too much. I expect too much out of people. So when they kind of burn the situation, I'm not very forgiving, and I just kind of, hey honey, other than my kids, I'm not like a very forgiving person, and I'm not even gonna pretend like I am. I just kind of like cut the situation off because I'm not gonna keep wasting my valuable time with people like I have in the past. So it's hard for me to vlog, but I think chatting would be a nice, honey, if you don't stop digging on my clean clothes, I'm beating that little chihuahua butt. I promise you, I'm going to. I'm not going to. But I thought I would discuss a few of my goals this year. I'm thinking, I know like everyone says weight loss and happiness. I know most people are like, oh, I want to lose weight and this and that. But like, of course I want to get a lot of this weight off. But I think my number one thing for this year is I want to get rid of negativity in my life. I know that sounds crazy. You guys can barely see my head. You can barely see my head. I do not want any negative space. Like, I feel like I thrive off of other people's emotions. So like, if people are kind of down and out, I kind of it makes me depressed as well. So like, I've never been like an unhappy person. I've never really had depression, thank God, or anything like that. But I have had people in my life that have it. So I do sympathize with them. But like, I just want to get rid of any negative energy in my life, any negative people, and start fresh in 2022. That's my number one goal, is to have a more positive attitude and outlook. Then I want to get healthy. Yes, I want to lose weight, but mostly healthy because my daughter's so young. I want to be here for a very, very long time. I want to enjoy life to the max, and I want to start exercising for my own personal health journey, and so I start to feel better. I don't necessarily feel sick. It's just I always kind of feel like just like blah. And I know it's the food I'm eating. I know it's the not moving around as much as I should, and I'm not sleeping as good. So that's like a major goal in my life, is to get healthy, to get rid of negativity, to only surround myself with people that can bring any type of not necessarily like, I don't want to surround around people that don't bring something to the table. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could just be a positive attitude. I don't want to keep being around people that are negative and don't even if you're poor, you can still be positive and bring a positive spin to someone's life. So I want to be a positive outlook for people. I want to be able to be like, okay, I know if I'm having a bad day, I can rely on her to help the situation. So those are two main goals I want. I would love to stop spending for unnecessary things and buying things that I don't need in life. I would love to save. I would love to have some money put away. I would like to start a savings for my daughter because I don't know what's going to happen when she goes to college. I hope maybe she gets a scholarship, but I would love to have money set aside for her, just so when she starts out in college, she has a little bit of money. It doesn't have to be a lot, just something. That would be a great goal this year. I don't know. I have a lot of stuff in mind. Working on myself. Like, I put so much energy into other people that I forget myself and I neglect my own personal needs. And I feel like if I'm not at my best, working at my best, then I can't help anyone else. My biggest thing is I want to become more social. I notice it's so strange because when I was growing up, oh my goodness, growing up, I was a very social person. I had lots of friends. I went out every night. You would never see me home on a Saturday night. And I just don't like it anymore. And I flake a lot on people, and so does my husband. We're very set in our ways and become very, oh my goodness, very lazy, I guess, almost. And I don't want to keep doing that. I want to go out more, do things, experience things, because it's just like the world will pass you by if you don't, and I don't want to miss out. And I just don't want to. I want to be able to do things, so that's a big goal this year. Just lots of things. Oh my goodness, that's the meanest growl. They're just playing. That's how they play. I just have a lot that I want to accomplish. I want to look, oh my goodness. I want to look into some other career paths too. It's always been boys. It's always been a dream of mine to go back to some type of school. I'm sorry, they're so distracting. To go back to school for animal care of any kind, whether that be grooming, whether it be a vet tech. I would love to do something with animals. I always wanted to do something with children, especially teenagers. So like I thought social working, or even going to be a teacher, which I know that would take a long time. And I kind of put the bug in my husband's ear about fostering. We have friends that do it. They have fostered and followed through and adopted. And I know it's not easy, and I would foster older children. I don't want little babies. They're not for me. I would definitely foster teenagers if I was to ever get into it. And it's something I've been like going back and forth with. I mean, we have the means as far as financially. And I know there's way more than that. But my sister's going to be moving out, and I'll have an extra room, and I just feel like I'm in a place in my life where I have a lot that I can give someone, and I'm not the best mother by any means. I don't have the ability to be very affectionate, and I think it's the way I was raised. But my daughter, number one, my biggest thing with being a mom of a teenager is I apologize. If I feel like I've done something where I've lost my temper unwarranted, or I just feel like I yelled for no reason, I don't ever apologize and say, well, it was because you did this. I say, I'm sorry that I lost my temper. It was not anything you did, it's me. I shouldn't have yelled like that. And I feel like that's a big, big thing. My mother never apologized, ever. And I have raised my daughter the way I wanted to be. My mother was single mother. She had a lot of problems, drinking, drugs, things like that. And it was like not a very good environment. And I never wanted that. My daughter has never, not that this is an issue, I don't want anything I'm judging, but my daughter's never seen me drunk. I've had a drink or two, but never drunk in my adult life with her. Obviously I don't do drugs. Well, I don't know if that's obvious, but I don't do drugs. Not that I don't agree with it, because my grandmother smokes medical marijuana, and I think it's incredible, and it has saved her many a times when her MS was flaring up. And if it ever became legal where I am, it's not to say that I wouldn't try it, but it's just not in the books for me right now. I have 4 years left of her being underage, where she needs my full and undivided attention. And that's the number one thing. It's unconditional for me. Everything I do is unconditional. There's nothing behind there's no motive behind it. But I lose my temper. I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means. I've yelled, I've lost my temper many times, but I try really sincerely hard not to. One thing I've always prided myself on, and this is all parenting, individual parenting. I don't judge anyone that chooses to do any of these things differently, but like I've never smacked Brooke before. I've always found alternative ways to discipline her, and I've never had her disrespect adults. She has never went out and had temper tantrums, nothing. We really have had a successful childhood so far. So, like I said, I know teenagers could go a whole different direction, and I just think that in the future, I might consider fostering. I mean, my husband and I have gone back and forth with it for years. We would love to, and I just think that we have so much love to give, and it would be a wonderful thing. But yes, my goal this year is to get rid of negativity, especially the negativity that I create. Worrying so much. I want to try to possibly work on that, because I'm such a worry wart, and I know it can be so unhealthy. Getting my health in order and just really hyper focusing on my daughter. Now, I don't want you to think I'm like a helicopter mom. Even if I was, it doesn't matter. But I just want my daughter to grow up and be happy. I don't care what she does. Happy, healthy, in a healthy relationship, whether that's with a woman or a man. We've had talks about all this. I've talked to her about everything you can imagine, because I've always wanted an open-ended conversation, just like with my sisters. I've always wanted that open conversation where they can talk to me about their sexuality, or who they love, or what, you know, anything about sex or about money or their fears, anything. I've never wanted my children to be afraid. And I've always said to them, you know, like, I'm not unrealistic. I know things happen, but please, I just have always wanted that door open for the trust. And you can lose trust with teenagers very quickly. And it's very hard to, for example, I really shouldn't even say anything. Hopefully they never see this, but my one friend's daughter just got a little boyfriend, and something happened, and he got in a fight at one of the school, an event or something, and he was so upset and he ignored her. And when she got in the car, my daughter was with her. She was crying, and she couldn't articulate what was wrong, because she's 12 or 13 years old. Of course she doesn't know what's wrong. She's too young, one, to have a boyfriend. I think 14 is a good age, but nothing younger. But whatever, she's way too young, and it's hard for her to tell her mom. And her mom's like, this is not my problem. This is your issues. But it is your problem. You're the mom. You should have set the example. That was a learning lesson that you missed, and now she may never trust you again. And that's where, like, they don't understand these emotions. These are the way we teach our children how to handle. Okay, so maybe he had a bad day. Maybe text him and say, hey, when you're feeling better. It could be anything. Or just not allowing them to have boyfriends till they're a little bit older. And they, like, I feel like my daughter's 15. She's mature enough now that I would love her to have a little boyfriend. And I think she might be getting one. But if she came to me, we would sit down and we would immediately address this. And the poor little girl couldn't even, like, articulate what was wrong. And my daughter was trying to help her. It's just, like, tough. That's a tough age. And I am not perfect by any means, but, like, I just feel like there's such better ways to handle teenagers. I don't know what I'm even talking about, but I think I'm going to share this anyway, because it might help someone out there, even if it helps a teenager. Like, it's funny, like, I never thought, like, I never was taught things growing up, like, with feminine issues, or I just learned a lot. And thank you God for my grandmother, because I asked her some really crazy things and inappropriate things, but she never judged me, and I think that's where it comes from. And I've always just prepared my 3 girls for things in life. And a big thing is my husband and I are very affectionate. We kiss in front of our children, not anything disgusting, obviously, and we hug and we love on each other, and we want them to know how much healthiness is important. And I guess another thing I want to work on this year is being affectionate physically, touching, because I have a hard time hugging and loving that way, just because my mother was never affectionate, and I would love to be able to be affectionate with people. And, like, if I'm talking to someone, touch their arm or touch their hand. I know how important that is to people, and I would love to be able to do that for somebody, because I know that's where I'm lacking greatly in my life, is affection. Physical affection, touching, hugging, things like that. And I really would like to work on that. So on a lighter note, I will show you my horrible outfit. I did not want to get dressed up today, so I wore this thrifted, I really think it's a Fortnite hoodie. It was $2 at the thrift store, and I just put on some black sweatpants and white socks today. It's too cold, and I do not want to be uncomfortable. And I tried something new, a little bit of purple with sparkles. I don't like it, but it's okay. I'm not really sure why my makeup's kind of giving me such a hard time, but I thought this hoodie was kind of funny. And when I bought it a couple years ago, my daughter's like, I think that's Fortnite. I don't know. It says what the heck does it say? Where we dropping, boys. Oh God, that was hard to read. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that little bit with you guys again, because it's like, I'm kind of just a mom that thinks. I am a thinker and a philosopher. I am a Sagittarius, and I just think and think and think and think. And my brain never, ever just shuts off. Even when I'm trying to go to sleep, it will keep me up at night thinking about stuff. So I overanalyze everything. I overthink everything. I overtalk everything. So I will see you guys in a little bit. I hope to have more clips for you for today. I did film a little bit of my dogs this morning, but my days are kind of just mundane. They're the same, repetitive. So I gotta go take them out and go potty, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Do my weekly Aldi's haul. I went grocery shopping today for just some filler items for the week. I've bought some of their meats before. I'm not like a huge fan of the way they package anything, but I wasn't attempting to get into the regular grocery store because it's very busy on the weekends. For 5 pounds, this was $15.01, and it's 73% lean, 27% fat. I bought their chicken breast many times, and I haven't had any issues. And they're $1.99 a pound, which is really inexpensive. Same price as Walmart's. And I got all these huge chicken breasts for right around $11. And I'll probably quarter or half these and then cut them a lot smaller, because as you can see, they're very, very huge actually. So this will be enough meat for probably 2 weeks worth of meals. And half of this will be gone today because I'm going to use this for chili. And as you can see, the two prices. So that was about $26 worth of meat, because meat is insanely expensive right now. So their bread was quite fresh today. I don't always buy Aldi's bread because sometimes it is harder and I don't like it very much, but this was really soft, and these were 50 cents each, so they are cheaper than Walmart, and they're just the regular classic white. We also like their sourdough, and one of their fiber breads are pretty good. I just don't remember the name. And then I got a strawberry preserve because it was just cheaper there. It was under $2. Their blueberries were on sale today for $1.89, so I thought that was a good price. I'm not sure how ripe they are. I know it's not blueberry season, but they were on sale, so I grabbed a pack of them. I grabbed 2 of these for chili. They're just a Jiffy corn mix. I like to add corn to these, and these were only 50 cents. So same price as the regular grocery store. And these are the only box corn muffins or mix that I like. Then I got a box of onion soup mix because I was out of it, and I put these in all different things: dips, meatloaf, stews. They just give a little extra onion flavor, and I really recommend that. The butter was on sale for like $1.60. So even if I don't need butter, I always pick it up because I can freeze it and it will last for at least 6 months, if not longer, in the freezer. But I never had butter last that long. So whenever Aldi's is doing their their clearance sale for the butter, when it's the holidays, I pick up quite a bit. Usually I get like 6 or 7 of them. I'll do like 3 salted and 2 of the unsalted, or I'll do 4 salted and a couple unsalted for baking. It just depends. But I just grabbed one for now because I have one in the freezer, I'm pretty sure. And then they finally had some kidney beans in. They have been out of them lately, so I got 2 of their chili beans. These are actually pretty good. You don't rinse and drain these. These come with a sauce. And I never used like a bean and sauce for my chili, but I really, really like these and recommend them. And they're like 50 cents, probably 52 cents for a can. So I got those. They finally had kidney beans, but they only had the dark red, which is fine with me. I don't like anything other than kidney beans, and these in my chilies, I don't put like cannellini beans or black beans. I feel like if you cook them too long, they get mushy. These can kind of hold up with the cooking process, so I like these. And I like the small red, the dark red, the pink ones, whichever, it doesn't matter to me. They kind of all taste the same in my opinion. Maybe I'm crazy. So I got a can of stewed tomatoes. We do a lot of stuff with stewed tomatoes. Just a can of corn. I have no idea what this brand is. These were a little expensive. They were 70 cents. I don't usually pay that much for corn. It's usually like 50 cents or 49 cents, but they didn't have theirs. So I just grabbed what I needed. I got 4 cans of the cream of chicken. Finally, they have this, the chef's cupboard, the normal one. These are really good. These were only 50 cents, and cream of chicken is really expensive. It can be right around 99 cents or $1.09. So I try to get them when they're at Aldi's. I don't like the fat-free ones. and it's like they have a health brand. I can't remember the name of their health brand. They're fine. I mean, I have cooked with them before. They just need a little extra flavor, but this was the full fat. And I like to make all kinds of stuff with this. I use this so much in the wintertime for chicken stew, chicken and gravy. It has such a hearty taste, so I definitely recommend picking those up. I like to keep them in the cupboard all the time. Then I got quite a bit of the chicken gravy mixes because these are so inexpensive. They're like 49 cents there, and they aren't as good as the McCormick brand. You definitely can tell they're a little bit of a generic. You two, you're a pain in the neck, you know that? Go. These aren't quite as good as the McCormick brand. You definitely can tell they're generic, but if you doctor them up a little bit and put some seasonings in them, they will definitely be doable. And I did not want to go to the regular ShopRite today, so I just grabbed 4 of these to make a chicken and gravy this week. My husband likes this with chicken, and I do it in the crock pot all day, and we put it over egg noodles, and it's just such a hearty meal, especially when you've been working outside. It will stick to your ribs and really fill you up. Okay, so I got a bag of sweet onions. I don't really like regular yellow onions, so I usually either buy the sweet onions or their white onions. I only got 1 bag this time because we aren't going through them fast enough like we usually do. We've just been quite busy. So the sweet onions it is. Like I said, I don't like regular onions. I'll do red onions, but I don't like cooking with red onions. I don't know how people do it. I prefer red onions in salads and on sandwiches like raw. I don't like the taste of a cooked red onion, but these cook really nice. Then I just got a big 2-pound box of elbow macaroni because that's 2 meals for $1.09, and I think that's a pretty good sale. Their pasta sauces aren't bad. They need to be obviously jazzed up a little bit, but for 89 cents, it's a good base, and we really like it. They just had traditional this time, but sometimes they have other flavors, but I definitely recommend their pasta sauce. Then I just grabbed some turkey breast. This is really inexpensive. It's not bad. It's not really seasoned. Like, it's not like a buffalo or anything, but it's not bad. Then I really like their provolone, so I just grabbed 1 of them, a turkey breast, and just a smoked ham. These were not bad. I got these for just like a base for the chili to kind of build off of. Now you got to be careful. The one that says hot is so hot. I used it last time and my chili was very spicy. So I just grabbed the original. It has nice flavor, but just beware, the one that says hot is definitely hot. Well, for me, because I'm like kind of sensitive to spices. I'm just new to the spices. So if you're someone who enjoys it, it probably won't be too terrible. Then I just got the real bacon bits. These are the ones that are soft, not those like disgusting hard ones. And my husband likes these in his salads. A thing of onion bagels. Their bagels are really decently priced, so I always grab 1, and everyone's liking the onion bagels right now. Just a thing of baby carrots for stews. I just finished up a whole thing of 1 in a chicken noodle soup I recently made. I grabbed these. I've never tried these before. I can't imagine that they're not really good. They're just a garlic knot. So I grabbed 2 boxes of these. 1 thing of chicken broth. This is only a week's worth of food. If I was doing like a bulk shopping, I would probably have doubled this, but this is just for this week. A thing of chicken broth, a head of iceberg lettuce, a thing of fruit snacks because these were $1.99, and we are just trying different fruit snacks because I have no idea why they're so expensive. But $6 for 40 fruit snacks is ridiculous. So these were $1.99, and I grabbed them. A couple things of wet dog food to give our dog his medication in the morning, and just an Italian seasoned croutons. These are really good. So this is our overall haul, and for everything I spent $81.93, which I think is pretty good because I got a pretty decent amount. If I didn't have to buy all that meat, it would have been cheaper. Meat is so outrageous right now. Hold on, boys, I'm coming. To me, meat is insanely pricey, and I don't know where to even begin to get it where it isn't so expensive. My local grocery store is almost untouchable at this point. Gonna start eating just a lot of pasta soon here because I just can't even fathom. They haven't had any sale on any ground beef, chicken. Sausage hasn't been too terrible, but everything is just really insanely expensive right now. Even Aldi's, I've noticed a lot of their prices have gone up. Even it's just a few cents, but it does make a difference, you know. So this is my grocery haul. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, I definitely would like you to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.